Well, Jada Pinkett Smith is back. She must not be getting a lot of attention at home or something because she's decided to start doing interviews again. And there's nothing going on work-wise in her life. I don't think she's in any acting gigs. She pretty much lives to talk about Will Smith now and their marriage. Why? Why would you go out and reveal the things about your partner like she does if you didn't have something against them? I don't know. Because all this shit does is damage Will Smith. She's fine. She got nothing going on. Nothing going on. She's pretty much probably just living off of him at this point. Because you know Will Smith's got wealth. The guy has been in a ton of stuff. I'm sure he's probably invested wisely. I would say Will Smith is probably doing okay. And she's reaping those benefits. But instead of letting him lay low and let things blow over, and I think that they were, because I haven't thought about Will Smith in a while. Have you? Like, eventually, things just kind of go away and get back to normal. And I think that's what Will Smith has been trying to do, because unlike his wife, he hasn't went out and really said too much. He came out with that one apology video, and I think like one other thing. And other than that, the guy's just laying low. But Jada, who is bored, neglected, I don't know, gets an interview call from People, and they say, yo, we want to interview you. Oh, me? They want to interview me? What are they going to ask you? What do you think they're going to ask you about? It's all about Will Smith. So she sits down and does an interview, and it's all about her marriage and Will Smith and past scandals. I swear she's trying to ruin this man. Or they're in some, he's got some kind of maybe humiliation fetish, something like that. Because all she does is humiliate him. That's all she does. Like, she's been doing it before the Oscars thing. Like, when they had their little red table talk, and Will Smith's there, and she talks about how she cucked him and cheated on him with her son's friend. By the way, this is what makes it even worse. So now she's doing this interview talking about how they're not married. Well, they are married anymore, but they're separated. They've been separated for 7 years. They don't even live together. They live apart. Their marriage is fractured. But they have no plans for divorce. And the reason for that is because she made Will Smith a promise that she would never give him a reason for divorce. But this is after she cheated on him with her son's friend, August. That grounds for divorce right there, in my opinion. But, yeah, you've never given him a reason to divorce. This whole thing's about Will Smith. What would she be without Will Smith? Nothing. Nothing. At least now, she's not going to be in any projects. They'll be very small. She just wants to get in podcasting. What is that? What is your show going to be? My marriage with Will Smith? That's all you talk about. But let's go over some of these highlights. Jada Pinkett Smith has revealed that she and her husband, Will Smith, have secretly been separated for the past 7 years. She has admitted that the pair who tied the knot in 1997 are still trying to figure it out and what the future of their marriage looks like. Maybe you should just get divorced. I think sometimes that's the appropriate course of action, and these two need to get divorced. I don't know if maybe Will Smith has no prenup with her, but, man, I don't know why you would stay with this woman. I mean, I feel like at this point you should just take the hit. You should just take the hit and get it over with. Because, man, this woman has made him look so bad. She throws him under the bus for the Oscars slap in this, too, by the way. When she gave him that sly look, like, you need to do something about this, trying to cover her own ass because people were blaming her for him slapping Chris Rock because she comes off as very manipulative. And it seems more like that's the case even after watching this interview. The 52-year-old shared the shock news about her relationship in a new interview with People before also opening up about their situation in more detail in a sit-down with NBC News this morning. Oh, so she's doing 2 interviews, all about Will Smith, too. Because what are you asking her about? Like I said, she got nothing in the pipeline. So here's this next part where she talks about her affair with August. Said she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it, revealing that she made a promise to her husband that she would never give him a reason to get divorced. You just gave him one when you had sex with this dude. And you said you promised to your husband. Didn't you make a promise not to have sex with other people? Pretty sure that was in there somewhere. Somewhere in the fine line of details. What are you doing? Yeah, I never give him a reason to divorce me while I go and have sex with this younger man. What? Okay. She's trying to make herself look like the good person there. That's what I find pretty funny about that. He still obviously looks like he's kind of into her, too. Like I said, I think maybe she humiliates him. They might be in one of those dominatrix relationships. I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce, she continued. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise. You already broke promises, though. This was funny. It's like, oh, well, I slipped and fell on his dick, but I'm more committed to our marriage than ever now. We're going to work through it. But you still live separately, prompting her to confirm, yes, they still live separately. That's what's, like, they still don't even live together. Like, what is the point now? Like, he must be just giving her money, and he sees her once a week for his weekly humiliation ritual on that podcast that she has. And then he goes back and stays in his home. But now separately speaking to People, okay, because she's doing multiple interviews here, she admitted that the pair were in fact living separately when her husband slapped comedian Chris Rock at the Oscars in 2022 when he strode onto the stage in a burst of fury over a joke that had been made about his wife's bald hairstyle. She noted that no permanent decisions have been made about the future of her marriage. Says, we've been doing some really heavy-duty work together. She said, we just got deep love for each other. We are going to figure out what that looks like. Let's go back to the Oscars thing, because this is disingenuous shit. She says, at the 94th Academy Awards, Will slapped Chris when he joked about her G.I. Jane head. She says that she thought it was staged, that it was a skit. And it's like, are you sure about that? I don't know about that, because you looked pretty pissed off, and you kind of gave him a look of like, you need to do something about this. Anybody that's ever, it's hard to explain what that is, but any man listening to this that's been with a woman long term, you know what I'm saying. You know what that look is. So I don't know. Like, it's just funny. Like, she thinks it's funny at the time. I don't know if she thinks that this is good stuff and she's helping him by doing this, or what I think, and this is just my theory, is I think that she's trying to get this man to divorce her, but he won't do it. Like, she doesn't want to be the one to file for divorce. All I know is she must not. She says she's got deep love for him, but every time she goes and does one of these stupid interviews, it makes him look like a jackass, and he's not even there. Anytime she has him on, she reveals things about him. Like, she has done tremendous damage to his image over the past couple of years. than that slap ever did. Just the August thing was enough. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.